Okay, great. Good evening. Welcome to the April 23rd, 2024 meeting of the Hatfield Select Board. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. And as usual, I'll start by reading our public participation policy. The Hatfield Select Board welcomes everyone to its meetings and all other public meetings of the town of Hatfield. All regular and special meetings of the boards and committees of the town of Hatfield shall be open to the public and shall conform to the open meeting law. Executive sessions are closed to the public and will be held only as prescribed by the statutes of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It is important to recognize that the open meeting law affords the opportunity to listen to the proceedings but not necessarily participate. During meetings of the Select Board, an attempt will be made to find a balance between hearing from members of the community and conducting the required business of the Hatfield Select Board. We do have a couple of announcements tonight. First, very, very sadly, wanted to, recognize the passing of Mary Ann Burke. Mary Ann is someone I've known personally for many years, but it's important to note that she was the first woman ever elected to the Hatfield Select Board. And I think that was back in the 80s. And then there was, I think only three, I think I'm only the fifth woman actually ever elected to the board. But Mary Ann was somebody most of us knew. She was just lovely. I've been friends with all of her kids since we were all in high school, and certainly Bill, and we all know and love Bill too. So we just wanted to send our condolences out to the family and make sure that the community, was aware of the loss of Mary Ann. And then we have a resignation to acknowledge. John Wilkes Sr. is resigning from a couple of things, Community Preservation Committee and Hatfield Housing Authority. And he has over 51 years of service to the town of Hatfield in a variety of different ways. John has really given a lot to the community and somebody who's very, very knowledgeable about municipal workings and certainly the town of Hatfield specifically. So we just want to thank John for all his years of service and recognize that resignation and thank him and wish him well for some downtime that he very much deserves. So that's all I have. Did you have anything?
I have none.
Nothing else?
I'm good.
Okay. Is anyone here for public forum? Are you here, Peter, for public forum?
I don't think so. I'm here for the one-day liquor
Yeah,
license.
okay, that's fine.
I'm representing Amy, who had a previous commitment, so
Gotcha. Okay, so we'll get to you fairly quickly.
that's all I've got. Said you needed something.
I think you'll find we're pretty easy
Yes.
to get along with here. So we have two items on the consent agenda, and those would be the minutes of April 9th and April 10th.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from April 9th and April 10th.
And which one, April?
You want to do them separately?
Okay. I'll make the motion that we approve the meeting minutes from April 9th.
9th, I second.
Okay, motion made and second. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And I'll make a motion that we accept the April 10th meeting minutes.
On April 10th, under topic 1, that where Selectman Jaworski stated that the building commission, it should be in building inspector stated that since he does all the paperwork, he didn't feel that the COLA for the inspectors was warranted. So I'm not sure it was the building inspector that mentioned it. And under override question 1, it says, Selectman Jaworski made a motion that we remove question 1 and pay for that under end sewers funding. I think that just has to be reworded. I think that N has to come out, that question 1 and pay for that under sewer funding and just take A and D out.
Yeah, I'm not following that.
In this question one,
Two?
page 2, override question 1, where it says, and pay for that under and sewer funding, the word and should be taken out between under and sewer funding.
Oh.
You see that?
Okay, is that, okay, I'm trying to remember what was question one. Oh, that was for the water and the wastewater, the additional money for the wastewater. Right, yes, so that needs to be reworded,
That's all.
yeah.
Other than that, with those
Yeah,
changes,
so what the board did was it just, you know, voted not to place that question on the warrant or on the May election.
yes, we understand. I'm just saying the wording is incorrect, that's all.
So do you want to resubmit these or vote them with the changes? What's best for you, Marlene? Because I'm going to abstain anyway. That was the meeting I was sick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that really should be reworded.
That's all.
We can, yeah, I'll talk to Karen about rewording.
So we'll take those up at another meeting.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll second that with those changes.
I think we're just not going to take them up tonight. They're
Okay,
going to
then
make the
we'll-
changes and we'll do them another time.
That's fine.
Do we need to do these executive session ones?
Yeah,
They're all-
actually,
this is all settled,
That was
okay.
all resolved, yeah.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we approve the April 9th, 2024 executive session minutes.
I'll second.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Karen, very much. Marlene, can I ask, there was
So
should I have said something during announcements?
Right, so that, no.
Okay.
So that's in addition to the memo that's already in your packet,
All right.
labeled topic 2 for that 61A property.
All right, I just wanted to.
You never received a copy of the letter from the property
Okay.
owner and the copy of the map, because I had forgot to give it to Karen.
Okay, so I think we're ready to get into posted business. Our first topic tonight is an application for a one-day liquor license for a fundraiser on behalf of Pioneer Valley Habitat for Humanity. This event will take place at RK Miles on May 22nd from 6 to 8 p.m. So Peter is here representing the folks applying for the
Amy-
license.
Amy Landry is probably usually the face of the event, and she was committed and asked me to just come sit in on the meeting. So.
Sure. I assume you're working the event, so that's why she's having you.
Yep, I'm on the committee
Yeah.
and the culinary, I'm the culinary consultant and bringing in the restaurants that are involved, so.
Excellent. Okay, so it looks like everything's in order. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
No. No, looks good.
Great, it sounds like a nice event, so I'll take a motion on that.
I'll make a motion to accept the one-day liquor license as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. See, we told you. Terrible.
Good luck.
On this, my 61st birthday.
Oh,
Let's get that on the record. So I don't need to carry that, right?
no, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Peter. Have a good night.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, topic 2 is owner's notification to sell property that is currently in Chapter 61A. So
So the town has first option
the town, right,
refusal, right? This is the Christmas tree farm, or North.
North
East
Hatfield
Christmas
Road.
tree, right. So they do not have a buyer yet for the property, but they wish to,
remove it from 60. So they want to remove it even before they find a buyer?
well, they're hoping to continue to see it maintained as a tree farm. So,
Right.
and I would expect that it would stay in 61.
I guess I'm just saying, it seems like normally it's at the time of transfer so that it stays in 61A.
Correct. So that's
I'm
why I
kind
was
of, that's
surprised.
why I'm
So it
curious
seems
why
to
they
be a
would do
little
it.
early.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, I would keep it until the time of transfer.
Yeah.
I mean, and Phil, there's no reason the town would be interested in this land.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
sent out notification. Planning board would like to see it continue as a tree
Of course,
farm.
I think we'd all like to
Mhm,
see it continue as a tree farm.
Yeah.
And then, because that's the other thing, depending on who buys it and their intended purpose,
Yeah, if the town was interested, we'd still have to have it appraised and make.
I know that, I'm not
Oh,
interested,
okay.
I'm talking about if, there's no rollback taxes if it's staying in chapter 61A.
That's
So
correct.
right now, because we don't know what's gonna happen to it, wouldn't it kick in rollback taxes, couldn't it?
It could, yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I'm curious why they would do it now.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure why they're doing it now. It seemed a little early in the process.
Because not knowing if it's going to stay in, that means it has to come out. So to come out, you have to pay rollback taxes. But if it was transferring to someone else who was going to keep it in 61A, or do you pay rollback even if it stays in 61A? I don't think so, do you?
No, I don't believe you do.
I thought you, wait a second, you don't pay rollback if it's like an arm's length
Take
transfer.
it out.
No, I understand that, but even if but I know like if I sold it, if I owned it and I sold it to certain relatives, that's an arm's length transfer, there's no rollback.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't believe so.
I mean, I
If
guess
it continues
they're
to-
just asking us to remove it.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
think-
really for us to.
Yeah, I think basically the assessor let the property owner know that they would have to notify the select board, but, you know, technically they have to notify the planning board, board of assessors, conservation, select board and planning board.
And for any reason it doesn't stay, they want it out of 61A, the town would have the first right to,
Right, that's what they're
purchases.
asking us to,
That's right.
they're asking us to
They're asking if you'd like
determine.
to exercise
right,
your
so
option.
right now they're sort of saying they're looking for a buyer to keep it the same, so that it stays in 61A.
That is correct.
And they would have to notify us if for any reason the buyer did not want it in 61A anyways.
Well, they have to notify the town regardless,
Right.
even if they intend to sell it. And
We still get the right of first refusal.
Correct. That's right.
So,
Yeah.
so we'll just have to wait and see on this.
Well, they're asking us
Well,
to vote, maybe they want to be able to market it as not in 61A?
I think they're just asking if the town would be interested. I think basically,
Okay,
yes,
so-
if they want to
Okay,
know.
so they're not actually, because there's nothing to sign to actually
No,
release
there
all of
isn't.
that.
Nope.
So if none of, I mean, I can't see a reason why the town would be interested in that. So I don't think it needs a vote. They just wanted to know.
I will communicate with the property owner and let her know that, yeah, the select board hasn't taken any official action on it. And I'll ask her if she has acquired a buyer.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah, because normally they provide a document that you sign off on.
correct.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's,
Well, it was
Paperwork.
nice of them to provide us their intention.
I think they just wanted to let the town know because.
yeah,
the
and
assessors-
it's nice to even let the, people know that they're interested in selling them. Okay. So we have appointments and resignations. First is a resignation from Lynn Lovell from the local cultural council. So we have to vote to accept that resignation. There is no appointment in her place, so that would leave a vacancy on the board. So certainly if anyone out there is interested in serving on the local cultural council, you could reach out to Marlene or probably Elena in the town
Yes.
clerk's office and let them know. But first, we do have to accept this resignation.
I'll make the motion that we accept the resignation from Lynn Lovell from the local cultural
Second.
council.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We thank her for her service. We also have a request here to appoint John Chiavaroli, Chiavaroli to the Recreation Commission for a term of 2 years. That's great. I know he has young children that I'm sure are active in rec. Oh, and he is a soccer coach. at Williston. So that's really great. So I think this is terrific. I'll take a motion to appoint John. There's, how many, does that fill the commission now, or is there still vacancies?
I believe there's still some vacancies, but
Goodness.
it's
better.
filling up. Yes.
So I'll take a motion on that.
I'll make a motion that we appoint John Chiavaroli to the Recreational Commission for a term of 2 years until 2026.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we thank John for agreeing to come on board. Next, we have the DPW report. We have before us the water and sewer abatement.
Didn't we discuss this at the last meeting?
You did.
We did, but the request was to go back to the bare minimum, and we said, why wouldn't we look at past bills and base it? Yeah, okay,
So this is the average of the past 4 years.
okay. That seems like a better way to do it than to go back to the lowest amount you could possibly be billed. So we want to be fair about this, but,
Yeah, this is fair.
okay. I don't have any more questions on that. It does seem like a more fair way to do it. So I'll take a motion.
That's good. I'll make the motion to abate water charges in the amount of $212.54 and abate the sewer charges in the amount of $402.48 for 9 Primrose Path.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Topic 5, Marlene, your town administrator report. So the first item is the SA Park Pavilion project update.
Academy Pavilion project update. So you have a copy of the projected work over the month, throughout the month of April and early May. So the contractor ran into a problem with the existing piers out there under the concrete. So some adjustments have to be made. They're just, the contractor, Kiter, is waiting on approval from a structural engineer before they continue the work. But anyway, they still are on target to complete the project the end of May. Originally they were looking at the beginning of May, but most of the work, will be completed in the next couple of weeks, or half of it anyway.
Things are never,
This looks like it's going to go fast.
yeah, I'm sure it will, but still, there's always something. Yeah. Okay, well, we appreciate the update from Kiter. It's nice to be kept in the loop. So the administrative assistant vacancy,
Yes, so I'm recommending Lori Picard fill the position, and the board would vote to sign off on her employee personnel
okay, I
form.
didn't do that. I'm sorry, I got behind on signatures here. I wasn't doing my duties. So we just need a motion on that salary.
I'll make a motion that we accept.
Looks like there's only need one signature, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all.
That we accept the rate adjustment request for the administrative assistant as presented.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion?
No.
That's great to have on board.
Be good to get that, have that position filled.
There's one. Okay. Hang on, Marlene, I'm catching up here,
Sure.
sorry.
No, take your time.
All right. So then we just have a notice that another per diem firefighter EMT has been hired, Max Arvidsson of Hadley. That doesn't require a vote, correct? We just sign. So that's great. Welcome to Max. Ed? And then there's another one, Jason Lovell of Ware, another per diem firefighter paramedic. No vote is required. Pardon us while we just shuffle papers around
So
here.
one is EMT and Jason Lovell's the paramedic.
Sorry, that's my phone. All right. Just shuffling everything around here. Okay. Okay. Future discussion regarding status of town financial officers.
Yes, I would like to, in the very near future, have a conversation with the select board about our current accounting system, how that's working, and, you know, the treasurer collector's position. But I did send the board an update this afternoon, an email regarding the treasurer collector position. So
Oh, you did? It must have been
yeah,
late.
it was
I
later
didn't-
this
okay.
afternoon. But yes, I just think we, you know, need to take a hard look at our financial officers. They're critical positions. to
They're
the
really
town.
critical positions. There's been a lot of turnover. There aren't a lot of people out there that are available to do this. We certainly aren't paying competitive wages to, you know, attract, you know, the most competitive candidates. And it is probably a good discussion to have and settle things up before you retire.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with, you know, just where things are at. So I felt it's time to
Okay.
have that discussion.
Well, I would say maybe put it on an agenda right after town meeting.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate the being proactive on that.
Need to be.
So that looks like all of our agenda items until we meet with,
Oh, we could do topic 8.
oh. What is that? Why is it way down there?
Oh, so that was put there tentative. So a couple weeks ago, I had talked to you about this bike tour fundraiser, and the board had asked for additional information. I have learned, I just received it yesterday, so I was hoping to have the information by the time we posted the agenda, but I have received information, but just thought I'll add it to the next meeting. But there will be 2 different groups of 20 people in each group
Okay.
going.
Was-
And they finalized the route, so I wanted to share that with you
Okay.
all. So.
Was this the one that we had some residents upset about last year, that they didn't know that bikes were going to be going by their house?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, whatever, we'll just make sure that we get
No,
plenty
I
of
think this is
information out.
different.
Well, that was some sort of tour going on.
Oh.
Yeah, this
So
is a farming.
This one's small.
Yes.
if it's only
it
2,
is. Yeah, it's on June 2nd. So there's still some
So there'll be
time.
plenty of time for us to discuss it at
Yes.
other meetings when we have more details, right?
Yeah.
And get something out on social media so people
Yeah,
know
we'll put
what
it
to
on
expect.
Facebook and the town's website.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. That's it, that's all we have until,
Wow.
until 6:30, so we can take a break, I guess.
Okay.
Did you need anything, Phil?
I always need something. So it's going to be a discussion maybe at a later meeting, but we had some problems, some big problems with the rainwater the other day, last week, last Friday. I believe
Where?
it was. So the pump stations at not at Maple Street, at King Street, and the pump station on Ferry were running full pipe during the day, which shouldn't be happening because nobody's home. It's supposed to be just sewage. So there's some pumps connected to the sewer line somewhere. So looking at the bylaws, it's stated in the town bylaw that if you discharge groundwater into the sanitary sewer, it's a $50 fine And going forward for each infraction that you didn't connect, it's another 50 a day. So we have to, I've talked to Dave Prickett about it, and we're gonna do an ionized smoke test up to where we think it's coming from. We think it's a North Hatfield Road area, that's what we think, along with other places, but that was the biggest concern. So we're gonna do a smoke test, and, you know, I mean, if we find that people are connected, we're just gonna, I think it should come from the Board of Selectmen, being the sewer commissioners, that you have to, you know, X amount, a week, 2 weeks to disconnect that sub pump out of the sanitary sewer.
So why don't we give people a heads up now?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Officially,
saying, that's what I'm
that
discussing.
they are not supposed to be doing that.
It's
that we-
totally illegal to
I
do
was just
that.
going to ask you if that's illegal. It sounds
You're
like it.
treating groundwater, you know, it's a big cost between the pumps that the pump station's running, as well as treatment at the sewer plant. I mean,
So then, so just for the benefit of people at home, so the sewer department's aware that there's got to be some sump pumps that are draining into the sewer system. They will be running tests to isolate where that's happening. So anyone who might be doing that would be smart to disconnect that piping and stop that, because we will be instituting fines when we isolate which homes or businesses are doing that.
I mean, you know, we spent all day Friday down there on Ferry. You know, I spent it with the sewer department. Besides the flooding on Main Street that occurred, that was due to the stormwater system, but that was a different entity. But down there on Ferry Street, I mean, the pumps were kicking on every minute, which they should never do that. They should never
So
do
this is
that.
something new, because we've had.
This just
massive
happened.
rains.
This just happened.
Okay, so somebody's just connected.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this just happened.
Now,
Okay.
since our building inspector is our zoning officer, can he issue a cease and desist?
Well, but it's not really a use of the property.
It's part of the bylaws though, right? And he is the zoning officer.
Well,
Doesn't he
It's not
enforce
part of
the
the
bylaws?
bylaws, it's the DPW
It's in the
regulations.
bylaw, in the
Oh, it
town
is?
bylaw.
It is a town bylaw.
Zoning enforcement
Oh, okay.
officer enforces zoning
Yeah.
bylaws, not town
I think it
bylaws.
was a good time to start the discussion and give the people a heads up, because I'm sure that if there's residents out there that know their system is hooked into the sanitary sewer line, that the smartest thing they can do is unhook it. So
Okay. Yeah, let's give people warning, and hopefully they'll just disconnect.
until we conduct the test, and, you know, with the smoke test, they block a certain area off and they put the smoke in there. And if it comes out the vent pipe of somebody's house, you're pretty much caught.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
okay.
So,
Well, it's good for residents to know those tests are going to be run.
I mean, you know, it's been an ongoing problem in other areas of town, but this was just above and beyond. The pumps just wouldn't shut off.
So I
Okay.
mean, you have a general idea where you think it is, and you
I
should
think it's
know
the North
more.
Hatfield Road area. That's where we think.
Okay.
From Hatfield Beef down King Street, that's where the problem is.
Somewhere in there.
So I'm sure residents out there know if they are or they aren't.
Right. Okay. And it's new. So it's somebody who's done it fairly recently.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Kenny was getting alarmed, he was, getting alarmed out in the middle of the night where there should be nobody using water, and, the wells were full, so people are pumping, with the groundwater that was in the ground. I mean, people are pumping the water. Some pumps don't kick off at all. But that's all that.
Okay, well, I think we should just temporarily adjourn while we wait for our next agenda item, because it includes the finance committee. So we'll take a break.
Take a break.